I ended up having to call the police. Yeah, it was creepy.
Well, I hope
really
you're
creepy.
safe from
was
here on
years-
forward. Like, no, seriously.
It was weird, but yeah,
I think the take-home message is if you're going to do graphic design, take that into consideration.
have a bodyguard.
Yeah, you might need a bodyguard as well on the side.
Yeah, but like how weird.
All right, welcome to episode 8, I believe, of the Social Enthusiast. Today we are here with glam girl Amy.
Hello.
Yeah, give us a round of applause, actually. First girl on the podcast.
I feel very honoured.
Oh, I'm so happy for you to be here. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Now, glam girl Amy is a graphic designer, makeup artist, entrepreneur, I'd say. Somewhat, right?
Yeah, I would like to think so, but
it's hard to toot your own horn, but I think
it is.
I think Amy's doing really well.
Thank you. Yeah, I have a lot going on. Yeah, you know what it is? I just can't sit still. That's what it is. I just want to be doing like a whole bunch of stuff, and like I have all these ideas, and I'm like, that's it. I'm just gonna do them. I'm very like when I have an idea, I want to do it.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. I was actually having a conversation with one of my friends last night. And I was telling him, like, some nights I literally don't want to go to sleep because I'm just so motivated for the next day.
That's awesome. I love that.
Yeah, how good is it? I feel like you're a bit like that because you do so much.
Yeah,
you do a lot.
I can relate to that, yeah.
Yeah, not every day. Like, we're not superheroes,
Of course, but yeah, a lot of the time, I feel like late at night is when you have like your most hectic ideas. Like,
yeah. My notepad comes out at night.
Yeah.
My notepad's out and I'm like at literally 1 o'clock, I'm like, I'm writing that down. You have to.
That's good.
Because you'll forget about it the next day.
100%, yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
So today, guys, we're going to talk a lot about Amy, her businesses. She has a lot going on. I think, like, well, let's talk about the analytics for a second. My analytics are like 50-50. So we've got males and females. So it's only right to have, such a lovely guest on.
Thank you.
And by far the best looking guest as well.
Oh.
I don't think we're going to have a guest this good looking in a while. So enjoy it, guys.
I'll take that. Thank you. What a beautiful compliment.
Yeah, but I think today we're going to talk, so 50% about that. Later on, we'll go into the fun stuff. First, I want to know, how'd you start with business? Like, what was the first thing?
Yeah.
Was it makeup, graphics? What was it?
So I knew in year 11 at high school, which was a long time ago now for me, which I'm sure a lot of your followers probably don't realize how long ago that was. But I realized that I loved being creative and artsy, and I just knew I wanted to be a graphic designer. So I majored in graphic design in my in year 12, and I did a magazine design as like my major project.
Yeah.
And then as soon as that finished, I was like, I want to be a graphic designer. I went and studied graphic design, and then when I finished graphic design, I applied for all these graphic design jobs in like Sydney, like in the city. I went to all these interviews. I did not get a job. I was so disheartened, so upset. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to start my own business, like just freelance.
Oh, so you never worked for another company?
I never worked for a company.
To this day, or?
Yeah, never as an employee, no.
Let's move it up a bit, if you don't mind.
Yeah. Is that better?
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
I'll just feel like
There.
if that's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, never as an employee, because I was like, well, if no one's going to hire me, I'll just start my own business. That was literally like how I thought. And then, I started freelancing.
Is this like straight out of high school?
This is after I studied graphic design I went to TAFE to study graphic design.
So can you tell me, for someone so I don't have much experience in design, never gone down that path.
Yeah.
This video stuff is the only like creator kind of stuff I've done.
But this is very creative. Yeah.
It is creative. Now my mind's opened up over the years, but back then, like when I was out of school, I was never like this at all. So just tell me, what's the process in becoming like a graphic designer in general?
So you just need, well, look, anyone can really do it these days. Like you can do courses online.
Because of technology, right?
Like you could watch some YouTube videos and be good at like Photoshop and like the programs I use are like Adobe programs.
Yeah, I just got that recently.
Yeah.
It's not easy to use. I'm struggling.
But YouTube, like you could watch it. Back when I studied graphic design, you couldn't really do that much of that.
Yeah.
So, studied that. Then I just started freelancing straight away. And ever since then, that was in 2000, I think it was in 2013. Ever since
That's a long
then,
time ago.
yeah.
Fair few years.
Yeah, ever since then, that business has been doing really well. So I specialize in website design, logos, branding, marketing, social media management, stuff like that. That's for that business. That's what I work on majority of my time, Monday to Friday. That business, I work with a lot of startups, so small businesses launching into the market for the very first time.
Yeah, that was going to be one of my questions today.
Yeah.
Like, what type of clientele do you have predominantly? Because, like, graphic design's so broad, right?
Yeah.
And it's hard to, like, if someone says they're a graphic designer, you don't really know, like, what they do. You just think they design things, but you don't know who they're designing for. So what are your clients like in general?
So a lot of startups. So companies like clothing brands, skincare, e-commerce stores. So people wanting to sell online, with like Shopify and things like that.
Oh, yeah.
So I focus a lot in like the whole branding to like market process. So starting with the logo design, establishing all their branding guidelines, and then putting it into a website, and then getting their social media up and running, and then they launch.
So you literally do it all.
Yeah.
So
I get a lot of startups. So imagine you were going to like start a clothing company, and you just had the idea.
Yeah.
And then you come to me, and I'll make you a logo, and then I'll make you like all the collateral.
Are you doing the website as well, or no? Is that separate?
Yeah, I do with the website too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I
Okay.
design.
So you're doing a lot for a start for someone who has no experience in like the tech side of it. You can do a fair bit for them, right?
Yeah. So I specialize in website design. So I learned that when I started.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's a good skill actually.
Yeah, it's very good. It's very good. So I can do all my own websites, so it's good.
Yeah, that's why all your like social media platforms and stuff look so pretty.
Oh,
like,
thank you.
No, they look really good. They do. They look very professional.
Oh, thank you. I try. So yeah, I got into that, and then I started doing makeup, and the way I got into makeup is so bizarre. Like, I just have always loved beauty and makeup. I used to do...
Wait, track back a sec.
Yeah.
So with
Okay.
graphics, how long were you doing that before you started makeup? Because like you didn't just jump
can't
straight
even-
into it, or you don't
So I
remember.
started makeup in 2015.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 2 years later.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
So 2015, I started doing makeup. I I just always loved doing my own makeup. I've always had a passion for that. I did dancing like my whole childhood and teenage years, so I did stage makeup on myself for like dancing.
Yeah.
And then it just grew as I became an adult. I just would watch YouTube videos and get better at doing my own makeup.
So YouTube back then, was that how you
It
were
wasn't
learning?
as big, but
Because
yeah.
I'm interested to know this because I love like my YouTube videos and stuff. Was YouTube big back then? Who's that guy? Jeffree Star. Do you know him?
Yeah, yeah.
Did you learn off him or
No,
not?
I learned off a girl called Carly Bible, and your girl.
Oh, this is way out of like my league.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
You can tell me like.
Her name's
about it.
Carly Bible.
Yeah.
She's from like New Jersey in America.
Yeah.
But she was really big when I was like a young.
And she would
in my early 20s.
Or would she do the tutorials and stuff?
Yeah,
or-
she did makeup tutorials. So I'd watch her, and then I would learn, right? And then I used to get stopped in the street from women asking me if I was a makeup artist and if I would do the makeup. And I was
really?
like so thrown back by it. I was like, I'm not a makeup artist. And then it happened so often that I was actually like, maybe I should be a makeup artist.
So people would be like, "Oh, I like your makeup," and then,
Yes.
Yeah.
I would get stopped. People would stop me.
And you would do it yourself. So you're like, "Oh, maybe this is a skill here that I have."
Yeah. And then I was like, maybe I can do this. So then I started doing my own makeup on Instagram and posting on Instagram. And then my Instagram started growing. People liked the makeup I was doing.
But who were you? Like, what were you posting? What type of content?
I was posting a lot of videos, but they
yourself?
were terrible. Yeah.
Time lapses or just like straight?
Yeah, I would time lapse them. It's funny that you say that. I actually would speed them up because I think at that time you could only do 16-second videos.
On Instagram, 16 seconds.
2015, yeah.
So it'd be like start to end in like a click.
In a second, my makeup was done. Like, it was crazy.
That's really good though.
Yeah, I would edit it.
It's funny because now content's going back to that short form content.
Yeah, isn't that funny?
Well, not completely, but like that's what kind of gets views. So
Yeah, because people don't have the time to sit there and watch the whole thing.
it's more their attention span as well.
Yeah, that's
just
it.
between you and me.
Yeah. Look, I'm the same. I have a very short attention span.
Yeah.
So then, so then I started posting on Instagram, and then people started DMing me asking if they could book me for makeup, and I was like, no, I'm just a girl like playing with makeup.
So before you set any type of business up, they're like asking
People were
you
DMing me.
Oh.
And then I was like, I told my mum and I told my ex, the guy I was with at the time, I was like, like this keeps happening. And my ex actually was very business driven, and he really encouraged me. He's like, you should just do it. And I was like, I can't do that. And he's like, no, do it. And I was like, all right. So I give him credit. He did push me a little bit.
Yeah.
And then I ended up booking people, and then I kid you not, that's how I started like glam.
And it was
by
just like
Amy.
a snowball effect kind of from there.
Yeah.
What's funny you say that, because my wallpaper is actually perfection is the disguise for insecurity. Now,
Oh, I love that.
Do you understand what that is? So it's like saying you don't, for me, it's like don't wait until you're perfect at something.
Yeah.
Just give it a go.
Yeah, fake it till you make it.
Kind of, yeah. But you'll get better as you go. Like you can't wait till you're perfect at
That's
something.
right.
That's an insecurity in itself.
Of course.
So I feel like for you, just going for it was the best thing.
Yeah, of course. Well, yeah, like everyone is, insecure about something, and it's like,
Yeah.
just get out there and just start practicing. I was like not confident. I was like, I don't know what I'm doing.
But you were obviously talented. Somewhat.
I think I had a gift for it. Maybe because I did graphic design, I could understand colors and where you put things and drawing a straight line, like with the eyeliner and things like that. Maybe that's why. And I was good at drawing. Like
from a guy's perspective, like with makeup, like I'm clueless. Do you need to have like a steady hand? Is that like a thing?
Yeah, you do.
You
yeah,
do?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what would you say to people or girls? I think it's mostly girls doing it.
Well, there's a lot of guys that do makeup these days.
What would you say to girls that want to do makeup or want to get into it and they're not very artistic or creative? Can they get good over time?
Yeah, of course. Anything that you put energy into and practice regularly and consistently, you'll eventually get better at. It's great to be naturally gifted, obviously, but if you're not, you can get better over time, like with practice. There's so many makeup courses you can do these days, like for girls that want to get into it. Like I have a lot of friends that do makeup courses, and you can do a lot of one-on-one lessons with makeup artists. It's just about like practicing. Practice really does make perfect with the makeup, and you have to stay on top of trends, like what's trending. So makeup trends change constantly.
Can we talk about that a bit?
Yeah.
Because I love my trends.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm interested by them. Well, what do you mean by them? What's a makeup trend? Because I know about TikTok trends. Not that I take part, but they're very funny. So what's a makeup trend?
So, for instance, currently the makeup trend is more of a minimal, natural makeup look to an extent. It's like faking a natural look. It's still a lot of products, but it's not as heavy, more natural tones on the face that you would see in nature. So, for instance, like brown tones, like not big pops of color and things.
Yeah.
There is a little bit of like on Instagram. There's like they do a little bit of a 90s and early 2000s vibe at the moment. That's trending. Like
Okay. I wouldn't know personally.
Yeah.
But you know what? I want you to discuss it because there's a lot of viewers that would understand.
Yeah.
Like me, I'm just the host who has no idea,
Yeah, no,
But
no,
go
yeah.
on.
So yeah, there's makeup trends. They change all the time. Like for instance, when I started, it was very much in trend to do like a big glitter smoky eye and like
I think I've seen those.
and like a huge wing and massive lashes. Now it's like more of a half lash. You cut your lashes, the eyelashes in half, and you do it more.
Half lash? What do you mean?
So mine are cut in half, and you do them more out towards the edge of your eye. It creates more of a fox eye. So fox eye is kind
I'm
of
so
trending.
lost right now.
I know.
But
This is not.
I'm so lost. But honestly, like I find it interesting. I still find it very interesting.
So there's lots of trends, but it's changing constantly. It's like anything. Like the trend's always changing. Right now, there's a strong.
So trends are
influence.
like what's kind of in trend. It looks good for the time being. People are doing it. That's the trend.
Yeah. So you know how there's like a 90s to early 2000s vibe going at the moment in fashion.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
The makeup kind of goes with the fashion.
Yeah. Okay.
Kind of thing. Yeah.
Never took note of that.
Yeah.
I honestly never took note. But
Yeah.
I don't know. As a male, I'm not very observative. Like
Well, that's right. It's like what I'm saying is for girls that want to get into makeup is to be aware of the trends that are currently on social media, because obviously social media is super duper important for promoting your business. So if you're creating content on social media for your business, like your makeup business, then you would look at what's trending and go in line with that. But yeah, girls wanting to get better. Practice makes perfect. Maybe get a mentor, makeup mentor, like or someone to teach you. Do a course.
what's the best way to learn?
So I taught myself from watching YouTube,
okay.
and I tell my clients know that I'm self-taught. But yeah,
I've seen a lot of it's. You know what I'm comparing this to a little bit. In the men's world, barbering. But I think you guys have more skill. Barbering's like a lot of...
To me, that sounds really hard. Like,
Well, barbering's like a
fading
lot
the
of
hair.
self-taught barbers these days.
Okay.
Like doing skin fades, like my hair.
Yeah, yeah.
And-
So that looks really hard to me. Like, can't even imagine how
Well, this
someone would
side's
cut that.
better, in my opinion, but...
They both look good, but yeah.
But, no, because you always got your better side. But a lot of... Stop giving me shit. And a lot of barbers are self-taught, so I feel like makeup's very similar.
Yeah, similar. See, like, I feel like in this day of like, there's a lot of self-taught professionals
But...
in different industries.
Would you get much value out of doing a workshop? A makeup workshop, or no?
So yeah, I would say that you would. I would recommend a longer course type thing. If
instead
you were
of one
someone
day.
that wasn't naturally gifted,
Yeah.
wasn't.
Wasn't? Yeah.
You would need more training.
Yeah, not just
Like,
one day.
Yeah.
Well, no one can get good at anything in one day, I don't think.
Well, you pick up things, right? So if you did a workshop with, maybe, let's say me, and then you did one with some other makeup artist, you pick up different tips from different makeup artists.
And you do a workshop?
Yeah, I do
Okay.
workshops. I don't have one coming up, but I've done them. Last
You've
year
done
I did one just before we went back into lockdown.
Last year?
Like the week before last year.
Really?
Yeah, like the
Oh, so
week
you
before
got
we
it
went back.
in.
I got it just in.
Let's talk about your workshop a bit. So what's the... First of all, like, how'd you market that? Was that on Instagram?
Yeah, so I marketed on Instagram, and then I have like an email newsletter subscriber list.
Do you have people subscribe to it?
Yeah, I do, yeah.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
So from my website, and so I send that out, and then...
Any tips with that? Well, I haven't actually tried to do that, but I find these days people are reluctant to put their email into things.
100%. So you need to give them incentive.
So what did you use? Like, what was your technique?
So when I got a whole bunch of subscribers, my incentive was that they would go into a giveaway if they entered the subscription, if they entered the email.
Oh,
so that
okay,
was
yeah.
a ticket to a giveaway.
That's pretty good. I think was that a recent thing, or I think I saw you do a giveaway.
I did that recently with my new product that's coming out.
Oh,
but
yeah, I saw some
in the
giveaway.
past, I've done you'll get this box of makeup if you enter your email into my website.
Okay, yeah, cool.
So you go in the draw. That's your ticket into the draw.
Yeah.
And then I get all the emails, and then I'll put them into a auto-generating thing,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
someone wins. So that's one way you can get. You got to give incentive, right?
And that is pretty smart, and it's good. They actually are receiving something.
Yeah.
Someone will. So
Well, it's So to get people don't want to give away their email just because they know they're going to get spammed, and I hate doing that. But if there's an incentive, they're more inclined to do so. So for instance, you could offer depending on your industry, you could offer different things. Like with my graphic design industry, I have a free ebook that I give away on my website on website tips. So
That's pretty good.
if they enter their email,
Yeah.
they get sent an ebook.
yeah, I've seen ones like that before.
Yeah.
I've signed up for a few of those in my time.
Yeah.
They're good, but I like those ebooks. They're pretty good.
Yeah. You get a free ebook, why not?
Yeah.
But if someone doesn't want that, then maybe they're not someone that you need in your subscriber list. Do you know what I mean? You want
Exactly right.
Yeah.
Well, if they actually put their email in, it shows they have interest at least.
That's right, in your business. So
Yeah.
the next thing you send to them, they're more inclined to be interacting with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And there's a better chance of reeling them in as a customer.
Yes,
Right?
yeah.
Yeah.
So what were we even talking
The workshops.
The workshops. Yeah, so I haven't got one coming up. They're a lot of work, to be honest. A lot of
workshops?
work. Yeah, they're really rewarding, and
what
it's
is
so nice to interact with people that value your your knowledge. It's so it's so rewarding. But I haven't got one coming up. It's a lot of work, to set up.
What takes a lot of work about it?
So you need sponsors for all the kits. So when you're doing a makeup workshop, you need to provide the makeup for them to use, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you need brands to sponsor you
For the
because you
day.
can't buy all
Yeah,
the
of
makeup
course, of course.
by yourself.
Yeah.
It costs you thousands of dollars. So
Well, it wouldn't be profitable at all.
that's
if you
correct.
did
It
that,
wouldn't
right?
even be profitable. So you need sponsors. You need to hire a venue, obviously. You need to provide food. You need to plan the whole day. You need to obviously have videographer, photographer.
Yeah.
You need a model. It's a lot to work out. And then you want to be providing new content. So if there's nothing really new to teach.
With makeup. The trends?
The trends.
Oh, the trends.
Yeah.
The trends are back. Right.
Yeah, the trends.
Right.
That's it. You love your trends.
Oh, those trends. you know how they are.
Yeah, so that's why it's hard. But one of my best friends actually, she does a 6-week course, and I'm gonna plug her 6-week course.
Plug it.
Dollfacemakeup.com.au, I think. .com or .com.au.
Try both.
Try both, guys.
Yep.
She does a 6-week course I think it's 5 weeks, 5 to 6 weeks, and it's like
That's
2
a
days.
pretty long course.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's 2 days a week, and she does a really good job. So I'm definitely like,
Alright.
I think
Girls,
she's
check that
good.
out.
She's good for doing that.
Girls, go for it. Honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
So would you consider doing it again, a workshop?
yeah, I
or-
would. So it's like one day, and yeah,
It's just a lot of effort though.
I don't mind the effort.
Okay.
It's just like getting it all to align with the sponsors and things like that. So yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So
Yeah.
you need to reach out and like, yeah, I get
You
it.
need to have people that want to sponsor you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's not always brands that are like
No,
have
trust
the
me,
budget. So obviously, so when brands are sponsoring influencers or professionals, they obviously have a budget for the maybe the quarter or whatever.
Or
and if
how much they sponsor.
Yeah, of how much
Yeah.
they'll give out.
Yeah.
And if you're I guess if you're an influencer and you're not meeting the specific requirements, or they've already given out enough for that quarter, then they're not going to sponsor you. So it has to all align perfectly.
I get it.
Yeah.
And what type of brands sponsored yours? Were they like local Australian brands or international?
I had a mixture.
Because I don't know about makeup brands at all, so it's hard for me to like have.
Can I just say, I love that you've got a makeup artist on here and you know nothing about makeup. That's so great.
I'm for the people.
You're trying to.
And you know what? Most guys, look, honestly, the guys watching now, I'm sorry, dudes. Like all the lads, I apologize in advance. Second half of this pod, we're going to talk about other stuff. But Glam Girl
I'm
Amy,
nervous about that.
You got to remember, like, the population, I think, is 50-50, is it? Men to women.
That's awesome that you have both.
I mean, you got to balance it out. Like, I know a lot of girls that watch my pod.
That's awesome.
And they reach out to me and they say they enjoy it, so I'm sure they'll like it. The guys out there, you can skip this part. It's all right, guys. It's all right.
I'm sure they want to learn about makeup as well. You seem interested.
You know what?
Maybe they're gonna learn, and then they're gonna know what to say to their girlfriends or their wives or whatever.
They might get some notes, exactly. And you know
what?
They
can impress them.
They can take business knowledge and motivation out of this as well.
It's
applicable to any industry, so that's the key thing.
I love that.
The motivation.
I love that you're including all industries on your podcast is beautiful.
Yeah,
you're inclusive. You're very inclusive.
Thank you. Well, I'm a social enthusiast. I get along with everyone, and I'm very like interested in a lot of industries.
Yeah.
Like for me, I like learning off other people. That's the whole thing.
Yeah, so it's interesting learning about other industries. Because with my website business, like I learn about the most random industries. Like
you would.
One client I have at the moment, they install tapware for
tapware, like taps.
Tapware for university science labs. Like how specific?
I used to be in those labs.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. I graduated from a science degree.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What did you study?
I did medical science.
Oh, wow, you're smart, boy.
No. Everyone always says that. I have a bit of medical knowledge. That's all I'll say.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but those taps. What about it?
I'm saying that's like one of my clients, and I'm learning about them.
Yeah.
Because I'm doing their website.
So what was
and I'm saying it's actually like I'm like, oh, this is kind of interesting. You know what I mean? So you're learning about makeup, and you would never think you would want to learn about that.
Exactly right.
There we go.
What other type of clients did you find fascinating off the top of your head? Come on,
I can't even remember off the top of my head.
You got to have something like something weird, strange, interesting.
I don't know if I should say it on the podcast.
Just say no. Anything goes. I hope it's like.
It's not bad. You know what? Actually, it'll. Oh no, I can't because it's too early in the game for them. I can't talk about them. They got a really cool business idea.
I'm upset.
You're gonna have to cut that out.
Nah, come on. You didn't even say it.
Okay.
What is it like? Just say
They've got a business idea. No, because they're.
Oh, you might give away the whole idea.
Yeah, the idea. I can't tell you. I'll tell you if you guys cut it out. I'll tell you guys.
No, just don't say it because I can't be bothered editing.
We have to edit it now.
No, I'm leaving it in. Just you didn't drop the idea. That's it. That's it.
The idea is hilarious. I'll tell you when the podcast ends. Anyway, it's actually the funniest thing.
I'm thinking some crazy things right now, but I'm not going to say it.
I'll give a hint. It's in the massage industry.
Okay, yeah. Tie, rub and tug. That's it.
No, it's not. It's not that. That's what I thought when they came to me, and it's not that. Anyway, yeah.
Okay, so even better. All right.
It's even weirder.
Even weirder. Okay.
Yeah.
It must be pretty unique.
Yeah.
How about this? Tell me a time you had like a difficult client or a rude client. Have you ever had that? Because I'm
definitely.
Yeah. All right. Do you have any stories? You don't need to drop names or company names and stuff.
Yeah, I do. I hope that they don't see this. I had one client that was like almost a stalker.
Really?
And I was doing his graphic design, and he like became stalkerish. Like he like.
Oh, please tell this story. That's actually so weird.
So I just hope he doesn't watch this and then start stalking me again. So
Stalker, go away. Nah, look.
so he like hired me to do a whole bunch of like graphics and on an ongoing basis.
Yeah.
And he became like really angry at me when it wasn't perfect. Instead of just giving constructive criticism, he got
But do you
angry.
get that a lot? Because I feel like
No, normally people are really like, it's constructive criticism, and they're just trying to. I know they're just trying to achieve a goal of, you know, what they visualize in their mind for their brand, right?
Yeah.
But this guy was just like started to get a bit of like abusive, and so I just was like, oh, I can't work for you anymore. Like you're not treating me right.
What would he? I know you don't want to like get too specific, but what would he say? Like, would he swear at you?
Yeah, swearing
Over the phone.
over the phone, over email.
So that's not professional at all.
Yeah, really unprofessional. And then, so I decided, like, I can't work with him anymore. So I sent him, like, an email just saying, oh, like, I have to terminate our contract because of this behavior. And then he, like, just would call me nonstop on private numbers, send me abusive messages, telling me where I was at times. Like, he'd be like, I know you're here right now. And
did he have your address or no?
He did. He got my address somehow off, like, Google or something.
Okay, that's scary.
I know. And then he was like telling me where I lived and where I was at times. And then one night, because I lived with my parents then. One night
Jeez.
I know. One night I was like,
what were you designing? A logo?
I don't want to say it's too, I don't want to say.
It was just a lot of details that can't be disclosed in this podcast.
Because I don't want to give it away. And then he started stalking me again. So then,
yeah, fair enough. Hey, this is very serious. We're treading on, what's the saying? I don't know.
He called my parents' house phone and like was abusing me.
Okay.
And abusing my mum and dad. And then like I
want to hear this.
I ended up having to call the police. Yeah. That was bad. And then he disappeared after that.
Did you tell him you called the police?
Yeah, I told him. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's very serious.
Yeah.
I didn't expect that. I was expecting like some rubbish story. You had a stalker.
No, he like literally like he just kept it was creepy.
Well, I hope you're safe from here on forward. Like, no, seriously.
It was weird. But yeah,
I think the take home message is if you're going to do graphic design, take that into consideration.
Have a bodyguard.
Yeah, you might need a bodyguard as well on the side.
Yeah, but like how weird. Like who gets stalkerish over like...
I don't know what was wrong with him. He must have a big ego, that guy.
Yeah, it was strange. So that was probably the worst. That's the worst story. I have other stories, but that was the worst.
Any other ones or not? That was a good one.
People just get... I don't know why, but I think because when you're designing stuff for people, they feel like they have to talk to you a lot over a long period of time. Yeah. So they start to get comfortable with you.
Is it mostly email or over the phone?
Mostly email and then phone calls as well. But it's like I try to keep it professional. I was just gonna say like a roundabout way, like some people think that you're like I don't know, like they're your best friend and they can like because they talk to you all the time.
Yeah, tell me about that.
So like, you know what? I'll give it as advice. So
you give it
advice.
Give it as advice. So I can't get my words out for people looking to do graphic design or even like
not graphic design, business. If you're starting,
right?
If you're starting a business, you just need to make sure you set boundaries, professional boundaries. Yeah, that's what I would give because I feel like that's a lesson I learned from that guy, is that the boundaries weren't there, in terms of professional boundaries, like
what's an example of a boundary that you would have put in place?
So business hours.
Yeah, I was about to say that 9 to 5.
9 to 5, and any time after that, you don't answer your phone, you don't answer your emails.
It's kind of hard though because you're doing most of your work after. I mean, I assume you're doing work after hours. Like as a graphic designer.
I try to work during business hours now.
Okay.
Because that's when the world's working, so I should be working then as well. Yeah. The thing is though, I find I can get quite creative in the evening. Like that's when I feel creative, but that could be just my body clock, right? So I've tried to change my body clock to work like during business hours better. But yeah, setting boundaries for like when you're working, setting boundaries on how much they can access you, in which medium they access you. Can they call you constantly? Should it just be via email?
So would you suggest giving your phone number to every client?
I give my phone number.
I think that's all right.
People need to talk to me and explain things to me. But
I think people will find a way.
You don't need to answer your phone every time. And set boundaries in what requires a phone call and what could be done via email. That kind of thing. And then also setting boundaries around, how much work you're putting into into their project, because, you know, with a service-based business, things can get blown out very easily.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my number one.
So would you say like telling the client, like being able to tell the client that you can't do this work, is that a boundary or no?
Yeah. So for instance,
like saying like, I won't be able to fit this in this amount of time. And
yeah. So if you're at capacity,
yeah,
which sometimes you can be, yeah, you just say, look, I'm at capacity at the moment. My schedule's booked out, and this is when I can do your work. So do you want to book me for then, or do you not? Because yeah. I
think the 9 to 5 one's very important as well.
100%. Like, I understand as like, because I work with a lot of startups, sometimes 11 p.m. is when they have time to work on their business, because maybe they have a 9 to 5 still.
Yeah.
And so 11 p.m. they might send me an email, and obviously I see it because your phone dings and whatever.
Yeah.
But to not reply to that is setting a boundary, right? Because
that's fair enough.
Yeah.
That's fair enough.
To reply, you know, the next morning is a much better practice, because then they know they can't access you at 11 p.m. Because, you know, it's not the client's fault. They might just think, oh, wow, like Amy's available at 11 p.m. That's great. I can email her at 11 p.m. And then it keeps happening.
And the next night, you're up at 11 again, and you get another email. And then, yeah.
So it's not the client's fault. It's just they're like, well, she seems to be available, so I'll contact her. You know what I mean?
No, I get that.
Yeah. So that's a good bit of advice I would give people starting a business or wanting to start a business or in business, and they're not really sure on what they're doing with boundaries. That's something I would like, look into how you can set business boundaries.
That is a good piece of advice. And that's something I never really consider, like in terms of, like, I don't think about that. But I think in every industry you can apply that too. Like, cause
100%.
Like in corporate roles as well, you know, turning off your phone for emails at like a reasonable time.
Yeah. So, and like some days maybe there's a really, really urgent project that needs to get completed, and it's a one-off, and then you let that client know, this is a one-off, I'm going to help you with this after hours, but it's not something I normally do. And maybe you have a fee for that kind of thing, an extra fee. Yeah,
you got to have the professionalism to actually communicate with a client. How important is communication in general?
Very, very, yeah.
Is that something is that something you got better at over time?
Definitely, yeah.
Because I feel like these days, people that finish school aren't very social because of social media. Like their people skills aren't as good.
Possibly, yeah.
But were you like always just really extroverted, or were you got better over time? Or you're not sure?
I feel like I'm quite shy. That's how I identify myself. Yeah, I would say I'm a bit shy, but when I feel comfortable, I open up a bit more. But I lean into that fear of, this makes me uncomfortable, so I'm going to do it even more. So I have this thing that I like to say, like, seek discomfort. So because, you know, on the other side of that, there's growth. So like, if something makes me uncomfortable, I want to do it, because, like, not always, but I try to be self-aware.
You kind of, self-awareness is very important.
So I try and be self-aware, like, okay, well, like, for instance, you asked me on the podcast, and the first thought, I was like, oh, that makes me feel a bit nervous.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, I feel nervous. I'm going to do it because I feel nervous, because there'll be growth on the other side of it.
That's, you know, guys, this is it's a very mature thing to say, but I align with that completely. Like, I love that.
Yeah.
No, it's really good. Like, you're leaving your comfort zone, essentially, is what promotes growth.
Yeah.
And that's what you just said. But that I try to do that too. But I feel like no one really wants to leave their comfort zone.
Of course.
But you need to kind of force your hand a little bit.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
That's right. Yeah. No, it doesn't have to be crazy things, but like subconsciously, you have to be self-aware of it, right? So I could be like, oh, like subconsciously I could have been like, that made me nervous. No, I don't want to do it, right?
Yeah.
And not realize, but then I realized it, and I was like, no, because I'm nervous, I'm going to do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
no, I agree.
So, yeah, in terms of communication, I got better by pushing myself to be uncomfortable and have uncomfortable conversations with people. And I find, like, if you have uncomfortable conversations, a good way to, if you know you're going to have an uncomfortable conversation, maybe with your boss, with a parent, with a client, with a partner, a friend, sometimes, like, breathing and meditating, like, for, like, a minute or two before you say anything, and gathering your thoughts beforehand, you come across, you provide more clarity in the way you communicate. So, like, for instance, if I know I'm going to have an uncomfortable conversation with a client, I might just be like, okay, I'm just going to breathe.
I do that too.
And then I'll call.
Can we talk about that for a second? So I do that too. Like, I kind of get, for some reason, a phone call is so intimidating these days. I'm not sure why. Just maybe because you don't want to sound stupid. That's my reasoning. That's why I get, like, a little bit insecure. And yeah, gathering your thoughts. I do that too.
Yeah.
I want to talk about the meditation thing. Do you meditate?
I try to, yeah.
Because I don't know, we haven't had anyone on yet that meditates, I don't think. Maybe Aaron in the first episode, but...
Yeah, I try to meditate. So I have like a morning routine that I go through.
Yeah. You know what, we're going to get into that. I reckon we go straight into it now. Like, what's your morning routine? Because like, tell me about meditation and your morning routine. Because I've noticed from your Instagram that you're up very early now, like 4:30.
Yeah, I started getting up early recently. I feel like it just sets you up for the day, and the day is so much more productive, and you're not like, I find some days if I sleep in like till like 8 o'clock or whatever, I'm like scrambling.
8 o'clock?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, haven't slept in past 8 o'clock in a very long time.
See, that's pretty, it's not late, but it's not early. Oh, sorry, that didn't make sense. It's not, wait, I fucked up. That's such a Dante thing to say. He got to my head. No, that's the reasonable time to wake up. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, 8 o'clock's like reasonable.
I mean, 7's more like normal for like a work person.
Yeah.
But what time do you wake up now?
This morning I woke up at 5:30.
Is that what time you wake up every day?
No.
Oh, okay.
The days that I like push myself. I'm not perfect.
Why do you wake
up?
Why do you wake up that early? Like, what do you do?
So recently I've been watching the sunrise. Just I'm like high vibing all day after that. Like,
really?
Biggest high vibe trick. Go watch the sunrise. Yeah.
I've always wanted to do it, but I haven't had the drive to go.
Me too.
Like, to actually wake up. That's the problem.
Me too. Like, and you need like a good spot to watch it. Like, you couldn't just watch it from like
you need to go to the
backyard
beach.
in Punch Bowl. Like,
100%. You got to go to the beach.
It doesn't have to be the beach. Maybe it could be like a hill. I don't know. Like, but you need a spot.
I like the water personally.
Yeah. So I watch the sunrise, and then I'll journal. So journal will either be like writing down what I'm grateful for that day, or spilling out thoughts that I'm thinking the first thing in the morning. So you know how sometimes you wake up and you might be thinking like something from yesterday, like, oh, so-and-so said this to me, I'm annoyed. You know how sometimes you wake up with that thought? So I'll write that down and that's done. You know what I mean? And
but doesn't that like make it worse in a way?
No, you've written it out and now we released it.
Released it, or you've like kind of like brought it back? Or,
well, I think that you should, if there's things you're burying, you should bring them up, sort them out, and then let them go.
You know what? This is deep. No, it's good. No, teach me, please. Because the thing is, right?
I'm a bit spiritual, I have to be honest. I'm quite spiritual.
No, it's good. I'm just thinking, like, for me personally, if I'm writing it down, I want to resolve it. I don't just want to write the fact that it still exists. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, you write it down and maybe you pull it apart, right? So let's say you said to me yesterday, Amy, your hair looks silly, right? And let's say for some reason I got really hell-bent on that.
I wouldn't say that, though.
Thank you. But maybe, and then maybe I write down, yesterday, this made me upset. Now, why did it make me upset? Okay, because I hold a lot of value in how my hair looks. Why do I hold a lot of value in how my hair looks? Okay, because I identify as someone that has nice hair. So, and why do I identify as that? Well, it makes me feel good.
Yeah,
so we pulled it apart.
Yeah.
And so what's the real thing that happened in that moment? I lost who I thought I was in that moment because I thought my hair always looked perfect. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get it. Okay, yeah. So you broke it down and made yourself, you kind of justified the whole thing and like...
Yeah, and it's nothing about you, it's about me. That's why I got upset. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I like to journal about stuff like that. And then after I journal, I'll read a little bit of a book. So for people that tell me they don't have time to read, I'm like, can you read 1 page a day?
No, reading's great. I try to read. I mean, I don't read that much.
That's good that you read.
I do read a little bit. I actually have just read this.
I feel like reading is coming back in. I feel like for a bit people didn't read, and now it's coming back.
I've always been
What are you reading?
Well, this is actually, I'll bring it out because this is actually a gift.
Oh, it's Gary.
It's a gift for you.
A gift? Oh.
Yeah, I brought you this. Yeah. It's the recent book that I read. It's by Gary V.
Yeah, I love Gary.
It's a business book, so it's called 12 and a Half. Leveraging the emotional ingredients necessary for business success.
I love that.
So, I highly recommend. It's an easy read, by the way. And what it has in it.
I haven't read that.
Read it. You'll really like it.
Really
and as a business person, you'll love it. Essentially, it just has 12 ingredients like gratitude, self-awareness, accountability, optimism. The list goes on.
Yeah.
And he pretty much explains those, how you can apply those to your life. And then he has real world business examples and scenarios.
Love.
You honestly, like, I read this in like literally a week. Like,
So do you like Gary Vee? Is he a big motivator for you?
he is, yeah,
Yeah.
he is.
Yeah.
He's one of my biggest motivators, but the book is also fantastic, so that's
Oh,
for you.
you're so sweet.
No,
Thank
it's
you
all right.
so much.
I haven't handed out anything on the pod, but I know the type. I could tell what type of person you were, so that's
I
for
feel
you.
so special.
No,
Thank
it's
you
all right.
so much.
And no pressure on reading it. Like whenever you can.
I'm
but
going
it's
to
a good
read it
book.
next.
No, it's all good.
I'm currently halfway through a book, but I'm going to read that 100%. Thank you so much. That's really sweet.
No, it's all right.
I really love books as gifts. I think they're beautiful. Like, it's such a nice way to, like... it's a nice gift to give because it's like a gift that keeps giving because as someone reads it, they gain knowledge.
Exactly.
And,
You'll gain a lot from that book, I think. And I was going to ask you, since we brought up books, like, do you have any recommendations? Because I actually was meant to buy a book yesterday, but I didn't have time. That's the only one I've read in recent times, like in this year, I say. So what's next? Have you got a book for me in terms of what to buy? I was thinking Atomic Habits. What do you reckon on that?
I'm reading that at the moment. It's really good.
Right now.
Yeah, I'm reading that. I have like ADHD, so I'm like reading like 3 books at
you're
once.
one of those. I can't do that. That gives me...
I'm reading like 3 books, but that's one I'm reading, and so I'm halfway through that. But I do recommend that. That's a good one. Atomic Habits.
Is it good?
Yeah, it's a very easy read.
Oh, it's easy.
It's one of those easy ones, like you flow
it's like
through it.
The Subtle Art of Not Giving an F.
It's that kind of vibe.
That one's very easy to read as well. So is it that easy?
It's very easy. It's very quick read.
Oh, quick. Okay.
It's good though. I'm reading a pretty cool one at the moment that my friend recommended to me. It's called The Power of Now. The Power of
Haven't
Now.
heard of it.
It's a bit spiritual. So it's like
That's all right.
it's about being in the present moment. So
I don't mind that.
It's okay. So a lot of people are waiting for this to happen, waiting for that to happen, or they're stuck in the past, like when so and so did this to me, or if only I could go back to this moment. It's about getting out of that.
I've done that before.
Yeah, we all have, right? Yeah. It's about getting out of that and being in the present moment. So you give the most to the present.
I might actually read that.
Really
that's not that spiritual for me. Maybe it is, but
it is when
like
you read it.
Okay.
I just tried to summarize it.
Okay.
It talks about God and it talks about the universe. It talks about like stuff like that. But it's nice, beautiful book. Yeah.
Would you say it's you get a lot of value from that book, or?
I'm really enjoying that at the moment. It's really good. It reminds you to be in the present moment. So you know how sometimes when you speak with someone and you're not listening to them because you're thinking about what you're going to do later in the day.
Yeah. Or what's next.
It would be good for people that do that a lot.
I do that a lot, yeah.
Or when you're, maybe you're, when you're like, for instance, when you train, you can relate to this. You know when you train, you know how you're so in that moment? Like
Sometimes,
when you're training, like if you're doing squats,
you're
all your conscious thoughts is like, I don't want to drop all this weight and break my neck.
Well,
right?
you can't, right?
Yeah.
Oh, you can't not focus.
But see how you're forced into that focus?
Yeah.
It's about how to do that with everything and not be like you don't have to force yourself. It's
and that would be so good because you'd probably achieve more, right?
Yeah. So
or you'd perform better in whatever you're doing.
Yeah.
Because you're focused on it.
Yeah. So it's about focusing your mind to the present.
What's that called? The Power of Now?
The Power of Now.
I'll watch it back. I'll watch it back at home.
Yeah.
And I might read it.
That's a good one. Yeah. One that I've recommended to a lot of people and they really, really loved it is called The Miracle Morning. Have you heard of that one?
I have heard of that, yeah. Is that the one where, the miracle, it's the orange cover?
Yes.
Yeah, I think I know it. Not orange, like orange and white.
Orangey yellow, yeah.
Yeah, that one, yeah.
That one's really good. I recommend that to people. That's an easy read. It's thin. It's a quick one and it will change your mornings.
Is that what changed your mornings?
Yeah, it changed my morning.
Really?
Yeah. So I used to sleep into because I work for myself. I would
it's a bit harder when you work for yourself as well because you have no obligation to wake up.
That's right. So I used to sleep until 11 a.m. when maybe 4 years ago.
11 a.m.
Yeah.
That is late.
And then I'd be like, I can just work at night, right? And then I'd be a crazy mess all day trying to fit everything into my day. And then at night I'd be working till really late. And then I read that book, changed my life. Like I haven't slept until 11 a.m. in probably a year. More than that.
Yeah, that's late.
More, yeah.
11's late. I think
maybe if I had a late night or something.
Now, I don't...
Even that. Yeah. Or if I'm sick, or when I had COVID.
I think I only sleep till 11 now, maybe 3 times a year or something.
Yeah.
4 times a year. If it's a big night, on the drinks,
Yeah, if you drank, or...
Put the mic
what about... Or when I had COVID, I slept until 11 because I was...
COVID, fair enough.
Yeah.
We're not going to go into that. I don't want to talk... It's not good for YouTube.
That's not good.
Yeah, YouTube doesn't like that.
Let's not talk about that.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that book, and then what's another book that I really like? I really like Jordan Peterson. Have you heard of Jordan Peterson?
Yeah, I have. You know what? I've been meaning to get into Jordan Peterson. I used to have a friend that was really into him. He's really like philosophical, right?
Very philosophical, yeah.
I don't know. I think I might follow him on Instagram. I like his posts. I've never really understood him. I haven't like given him a chance though.
Start with his YouTube videos, and if you like that,
there's a lot to him, right? Like, where do you start? He has so much content out there.
it's really good for men, I think.
Really?
About responsibility and like how to handle the pressure of being a man. I find when I tell women that I like Jordan Peterson, they get weird because
really
he's got a bit of controversial stuff around him about being like
pro man.
Yeah.
Oh.
So, but I don't. That's not how I interpret his.
I'm sure he's
teachings.
not though.
No. Well, I don't interpret it that way. I don't know. But yeah. So I really like him. He's got a good book, 12 Rules to Life.
12 Rules to Life.
He's got another one called Beyond. I think it's Beyond the 12 Rules or something. He's got two. It's like a part 1, part 2.
So what do I read now? Tell me, Amy.
Read The Miracle Morning.
Which one should I read?
Read The Miracle Morning if you... Do you have a morning routine?
I don't, but I try to...
Read The Miracle Morning.
I don't have a routine, but I do like force myself to wake up at a reasonable time.
And then what do you do?
Then I get things done.
So
look, put it this way. There's never a morning I wake up and sit on the couch.
But
I'm doing
do you
something.
Dive straight into work is what I'm asking. Is there time for you in the morning?
Not really, nah.
So that's what the Miracle Morning is about. You dedicate some time to you, because if you're not taking care of yourself, how can you take care of anything else?
True. And that's, I respect that.
So that's
that's very true. That's very true. And that's why I probably focus on myself a lot now, because there's no time, because I don't have any structure.
So do you dedicate... So I try to dedicate the morning to me. It doesn't have to be long. You could do like 10 minutes of this is me time, right?
Oh, is that all? That's not much.
Well, I do more, but you can't. Well, I'm trying to make it easy, like, right?
Yeah. No, make it hard. I want a challenge.
Okay, so I'll get up early. I'll go do something that I like. Like I'll go watch the sunrise. Then I'll meditate. So meditate. You don't have to meditate long. 2 to 5 minutes. You could do longer. 10 minutes. It's better to do longer, obviously. But if you don't have the time, journal. Write down all your thoughts. Write down what you're grateful for. Affirmations.
Sorry to bring it back up, but the meditation. How do you use like a app or YouTube or something, or?
Nah, I just be silent in your thoughts.
So you have a strong mind, because I feel like with me, I've used like Headspace and stuff, which that kind of guides me. You
can do that if that's what requires you to get the meditation done. Then do it. Use the tools. But for me, I'm just like I might put binaural beats on YouTube. So binaural beats like help with the frequency.
So are you like doing the whole sitting with the thing, or no?
No, you might just you can meditate right now. Like you just close your eyes.
Oh, okay. So you don't like get in a special pose. No.
You can, but you don't have to. Like meditation.
I want to know what you do. I want the exact.
So I might just like sit on a yoga mat.
I
might just sit on a yoga mat or something.
So you got the mat.
Yeah, or sit on my bed and like just cross my leg. Yeah, you can sit like that. Yeah.
Like if I'm meditating. Normally, look, I do meditation for sleep as well sometimes, because you have a nice sleep after that.
Yeah.
But during the day, you need to get your arms off like that, legs
crossed. Do that. You know what? But like you just gotta close your eyes and just be like, I'm gonna meditate now. That's what I do.
Yeah, it's about finding that inner peace.
Yeah. Do you know what you have to realize? Your mind's not gonna just switch off.
It's all for me. I found it's all like breathing.
So do some breath work.
Yeah.
That's a good thing to start. Start with YouTubing breath work.
Yeah, breath work is so important.
Yeah.
Especially for overthinkers like myself. It's harder than it looks to meditate.
Yeah.
Like it takes a while to find your rhythm and actually...
100%.
Yeah, it takes a while.
But if you dedicate like 5 minutes in the morning to it, right?
I probably could if I woke up 5 minutes earlier, right? That's all I got to do.
Well, what time do you wake up?
Like when I'm going to the city, like 7.
Wait, what do you do during the week? Like you go to...
I'm an accountant.
Oh, there you go.
So I wake up around...
7. Okay, so you'd have to wake up at 6, right? And then you could do a morning routine in an hour. Yeah. If you wanted to do that.
I could easy.
And then you start your day. So then you eat your breakfast.
Make some scrambled eggs.
Yeah. Then at 7. So 7 a.m. is when you would normally wake up and eat, right?
Yeah.
So so you get up at 6 and then you do all your morning stuff and then so...
Well, actually, the funny thing is, I think over the past month I've woken up at like 6 o'clock a few times, and it was purely for work, just to get ahead of my day. But I also had time to eat, and like it was kind of a little morning routine, and I liked it. It was good.
Yeah.
I did get a bit tired earlier.
Yeah, you get tired earlier.
But it was fine. Like it wasn't much early. I was up at 6. It wasn't too early.
Yeah.
So it was reasonable.
Yeah.
It was good. I really enjoyed it. I should make it a routine.
Yeah. Read that book, The Miracle Morning, and you'll be inspired. It's very inspiring, the book.
I'm getting it off Amazon after this.
Yeah, it's good. I recommended it to 2 other women in business.
Yeah.
And they literally sent me text messages after they read it, and they said, both of them, and
Really?
they said, "Oh my God, changed my life." And I was like, "Oh wow, like I changed my life. Like I used to sleep in."
Far out. Glam Girl Amy changing lives. That's it.
Well, the guy that wrote the book, I can't even remember his
Just
name.
take credit. Take credit. Just take credit. Trust
I'm
me.
taking credit. All right.
That's it.
Yeah. So that's the miracle. That's the morning routine. So reading, meditation, journaling, doing something for yourself, exercise as well.
Yeah, that's the next thing. So let's talk about your exercising. So you wake up and you exercise in that time.
So I might go for a run.
So, and also, all right, yeah, tell us, what's your exercise routine? Because you're obviously very fit looking.
Oh, thank you.
You look good.
So
that's
are you.
That's what I'm trying to say. I don't know how to compliment like a female.
You did. That's how you do it. You did it.
Okay, yeah.
Thank you.
No, like I'm very awkward like that. If it's a guy, I'm like, hey, bro, you look good, but you look great.
Thank you.
So what's your exercise routine?
So for me, exercise, I just enjoy it, right?
Yeah.
And I'm sure you do too. It's
I love it.
enjoyable, right?
Yeah.
I'm not trying to achieve anything in terms of aesthetics. I'm just trying to be fit.
No
that's
aesthetics.
my goal.
No Z's.
Not trying to be ziz.
Okay. No, it's
Although
all right.
I might look like it.
You're breaking my heart just a little bit.
Nah, I'm not about aesthetics. Like, obviously, I'm a girl. I want to look good.
You want to be healthy.
That's not my
and
main
fit. Yeah,
motivator,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
I want to be healthy and fit. So I love running because I feel really accomplished after a run. I feel like I push myself. I seeked discomfort, right? It's very uncomfortable to run. So after that...
It's a lot harder than lifting weights, in my opinion.
Yeah, well, I guess it depends. But, like, you're obviously very strong. But, yeah, lifting weights is hard as well. But, yeah.
Maybe.
Running is a mental challenge as well, right?
It's more mental than...
Yeah.
Oh, it's a bit of both for me, but mental and physical.
It's hard.
What do you have some times for us? Like, what are you running? Like half an hour?
Oh, I'm not even that fast, but I just...
It's not about speed. Like, what distance can you run? Like, straight. What's your routine in the morning?
Like 8Ks? Like...
So that's decent. 8Ks is pretty good, actually.
Oh, yeah, I'm alright. And then, like, I'm going to plug something else. There's, like, a run day near where I live.
Yeah, plug it. I've heard of Run Day.
It's Run Day.
Yeah,
it's called Run Day. Go check out Run Day down at Dolls Point. And I do that now. I just found out about it through my friend Vera, and I've been doing that. So that is like you run 15 minutes one way and 15 minutes back as fast as you can, and you do 30 minutes in total, right?
Oh, is that how they do it?
Yeah,
okay.
You go 15
I've
minutes
heard
one
of Run
way.
Day. Those boys are my age. Yeah, sick cunts.
Yeah. They're really nice guys. Yeah. And then, so I don't know. I'll do anywhere from like 4 to 8Ks, just depending on how I feel. Like after leg day, I'm not doing 8Ks.
Okay. So 8Ks is still really good though.
Yeah, I might not run that fast. It might be a slow run.
Do you do 4Ks in half an hour?
Half an hour I do 5.9.
That's good.
That's my PB.
I'm just comparing it to like the Bay Run.
But I
the Bay Run,
yeah.
7Ks. I judge everything off that 7Ks.
That's a good unit of measurement,
Yeah,
the Bay Run.
the Bay Run.
How much of the Bay Run can you do in this much time?
I haven't done it in so long. Yeah, I don't know. I think I can do the Bay Run. I'll struggle.
I've never done the Bay Run.
It's 7Ks.
I've never done the Bay Run, so
Never done it.
No.
I'm surprised. You like your running.
I know. I've never done it.
Go in the morning.
I feel like it has so much hype around it that like
You don't
I
go.
haven't done it.
In summer, like peak time, I wouldn't suggest doing it. You go in the morning.
Yeah, it's really busy.
When the sun's rising, would be nice.
Yeah, you're right, but it's a bit of a drive for me now.
Yeah, but you got to be
at 5:30 a.m. Maybe there won't be much traffic. I don't know.
It'll be fine.
Yeah, so love running, and then obviously I love weight training. I've been weight training since I was 18.
Okay.
On and off.
I think I started properly around. I started when I was 16, but properly when I was 18.
Okay.
So everyone so you've always had like the interest and passion.
Yeah. So my mother is a she's retired now, but she was a gym instructor my whole life.
Oh,
so
really?
I watched.
Oh, so you had the influence
Yeah,
there.
and my dad was in. He did lots of triathlons and
so you have that
cycling.
Fitness background.
Yeah, my parents are really, really fit. Like God bless them, they're so fit. Yeah.
That's really good. I mean,
Yeah.
a lot of people their age, I don't know how old they are, but probably aren't. They're slacking off.
Well, my mum turned 62 yesterday.
Really?
Yeah. My dad's 65.
Far out.
They're really fit.
Wow.
Yeah, if I showed you my parents, you'd
and
trip
they're
out.
still fit?
My mum has abs. Yeah.
Wow, she must be so fit. That's pretty
She's so
good.
fit.
That is really good.
Yeah. And my dad's like the fittest. Oh, yeah, he's so fit. He's obsessed with cycling, so he cycles.
So do you feel like pressured in a way?
Yeah, I definitely do, yeah.
Pressure to...
There's a lot of...
But
there's a lot of pressure.
Surely they don't have expectations of you. Like
No.
You're a grown woman.
It's my own self-inflicted pressure.
Yeah.
You know, that I want to the validation from your parents. Everyone wants that, right?
I mean, low key, everyone just tries to achieve.
You know
that,
how some people, their parents want them to be like a doctor or a
Yeah,
lawyer or
the
something.
typical
My
woke
parents want me to
mentality.
be fit. Like,
Yeah, no, that's even better.
so I'm like, I have to be so fit. Like, that's my.
Hey, at least that's more realistic. Like, not everyone can be a doctor or a lawyer, right?
Yeah, that's it. Well, not everyone can be fit, I guess. But yeah, so that's a bit of a motivator for me too. Like, my parents inspire me.
Yeah. And what about these? I saw in your story the other day you got some shoes.
Oh yeah.
I know it's not a big
Everyone
thing.
was asking you about them, and I was
I'm
like,
sure
why
you-
is it such a big thing?
I was gonna DM you myself about them because I'm not even a runner, but if they make you faster,
They do. They
real?
did. I actually went faster. So they're called the Nike Air Zoom Tempo.
yeah, just like so people know that they're meant to make you run faster.
So when I went to run day, the guys there were like, you have the wrong shoes on. You need the Nike Air Zoom Tempo ones. And I'm like, what are they? And then they told me they make you run faster. And so I went and bought them the next day.
It sounds like a gimmick. I'm not gonna lie.
I swear to you, I ran faster. So I did, in 30 minutes, I did 5.9 Ks one day. And then I put the shoes on. And in 20 minutes, I did I don't know. I did way better. I can't remember.
So
what
minute for
it
minute.
was very,
or
very,
kilometer, whatever.
very, very obviously much better.
Really?
Yeah, I can't remember the exact numbers. but
How does
was
it
better.
work? I'm so interested to know.
I don't know. We have to
You
Google
didn't
it.
look into it?
No, I just was like, well, I'm running faster. That's all I need to know.
I'm a nerd. Like anything technology
You
based.
should Google it after.
I will.
They actually look cool though. Have you seen them? They got all
I
different
saw,
colors and
I saw
stuff.
a little bit. Yeah.
They look quite cool. Like
Yeah.
but they've got heaps of they're really squishy. They're makes you bounce.
The sole.
Yeah, you feel like
Okay.
you're bouncing. Like when you walk, you feel like you're like bouncing.
So it's like, have you worn Ultra Boost before?
Yes.
Adidas
yes,
Ultra Boost.
yes,
They're
I
a bit
have.
squishy. Is it kind of like that?
Way more than that.
Really?
Yeah, yeah.
I might get a pair just for the sake of it.
Just for fun.
Yeah, I mean, I like stuff like that.
Yeah. Apparently they're in high demand, so there's not many. So you better get them ASAP.
What's with shoes now? Are you
know.
into your shoes or no?
Not really, no. I just wanted those ones because they made me run faster.
Shoes right now are literally, we went in the city yesterday, Jordans and things like that, you literally can't get.
Oh.
It's sold out. And when they do release them, there's
They
a
sell
small
it so
amount
quick.
and then it's just all on resale for 4 times the price. Online.
Isn't there that website called Goat or something? And you can
Yeah,
get.
Go,
Is that good?
StockX.
Are you a sneakerhead?
Not really, but if there's I'm willing to pay retail price. I'm not paying they're selling for 150 from the store, and people resell them for over $1,000.
Oh wow.
And if I really want a pair, I'll pay it, but otherwise it's not really worth it. I'm not a sneakerhead. I'm not collecting every pair.
Okay, yeah.
But I do like my sneakers. I have a lot of influence from my friends. Let's take a word to hear from our sponsors. Support for the Social Enthusiast is brought to you by Manscaped. Who is the best in men's below the waist grooming? Manscaped offers precision engineering tools for your family jewels. Manscaped recently launched the Ultimate Men's Hygiene Bundle, the Performance Package. Join over 4 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped with this exclusive offer for you, 20% off and free worldwide shipping with code Giorgio at manscaped.com. If my math is correct, that's about 8 million balls. What do you reckon about Manscaped?
So hang on, this is for your whole body, literally.
Yeah, so Manscaped, I know I just spoke about the balls.
Yeah.
But it is a full body trimmer. So I use this on my entire body, head to toe.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it keeps me nice and groomed. Do you like a man that's groomed or?
To be honest, I'm not phased
no?
on how hairy a man is,
Okay.
but it is nice for a man to clean himself up.
Take care of themselves. Take care of
If
themselves.
a man has put in effort to make himself appear.
Oh, can we?
clean.
Wait, that mic needs to come a bit
Oh,
closer.
shit.
Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, go.
Should I start again?
No, go. Just continue. That's fine.
So if a man's put in effort in his appearance and trimmed himself up or whatever, shaven, it makes a woman feel like you're important to him because you put that effort in.
Okay. Also, he's doing.
Imagine he rocked up and he hadn't done anything to a date.
He doesn't actually care.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. So you want him to be a little bit
put
taken care of.
But taken care of.
Doesn't
yeah.
have
But
to be.
I'm not phased.
Doesn't have to be. Not to my extent where everything's gone.
Yeah.
But you. At least that's a trimmer though. There's different lengths in here as well, guys. So you can literally attach the attachment and do it at a certain length. You don't have to be clean shaven.
It's nice when
Yeah.
a man has a chiseled out beard.
You like the chiseled beard, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this can help with that. That's how you line it up.
Yeah,
around
the
neck.
lined up beard looks nice.
Yeah.
So that's good. That does, does it?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Well, I maintain that. I obviously go to a barber. I'm not going to lie, but throughout the week,
Yeah, but does this get hairy here?
Of course. So throughout the week, I top it up with that, and I just keep it nice and clean throughout the week. So I'm always looking perfect. not perfect, but good enough. You know what I mean?
You look pretty perfect. This line's pretty perfect. Is this a fresh barber trim?
Yeah, I mean 2 days ago. It's fresh enough.
That's pretty good. And then you just do this again.
Well, for example, this morning I cleaned up the neck.
There you go.
Yeah, that's exactly what I did. So now you guys know.
See, that's interesting to me, like how men maintain all this.
It doesn't take much work once you like find your pattern. Like for example, I go every week, or whether you go every week, every fortnight for a haircut, every month, every 2 months. But it's about what you do in between those haircuts that how you look good. Because you can't obviously be getting haircuts every week. Not everyone wants to pay for that.
Yeah.
If you don't invest in something like this, and literally you can just maintain the way you look.
So do you use this on your whole leg?
Yeah, it's really good. Like right now, I'm clean shaven, so I can't. But it is really good. It cuts really fine.
Oh, how long does it take you to do your whole leg?
Oh, a guy like me, it's a big job. You're shearing a sheep.
I know, you got massive calves. Do that again.
Yeah,
Far out.
I got some pretty giant calves, yeah.
I thought I had big calves, but you got massive calves.
Can we get a flex?
No.
Let's go. Let's go. Get him out. Oh, she's got some calves on her.
Yeah, I do.
First person to compete with my calves on the pod. Well, I didn't expect it to be Amy.
I get told, and I hate it. It's one of my pet peeves. People are like, your calves are massive. And I'm like, can
really?
you not say that? Yeah.
So do you get insecure about that?
Yeah, that's my insecurity, my calves.
No, you shouldn't be.
Isn't that a weird thing for a girl?
No. It's attractive, trust me.
Because I used to do ballet.
Oh, and you're on the tiptoes.
So you're doing this. You know when you do calf raises at the gym? It's like you're doing that, but for hours on end.
You know what's very funny you say that. People always ask, how did you get big calves? It's not from the gym. I was a basketballer, and I would defend on my toes, kind of, 5 days a week training.
When you were a teenager?
Yeah,
so
like
you're developing, right?
Yeah, 5 days.
Your body's developing, yeah.
Exactly, developing 5 days a week for like 5-6 years straight. Basketball on my toes.
Yeah.
And they just pretty much blew up.
Yeah, that was like me. When I was a teenager, I did ballet. So you're constantly doing that. Yeah. And my calves got massive. And then obviously I still train, so it just adds to it.
I think we're onto something for the calf growth.
There you go. Huh? Ballet or basketball?
Yeah. Ballet or basketball if you want calves. That's it. End of story. End of story. So Amy, I did label you an entrepreneur in a way.
You did.
And you do have a new product that just released. Is that correct?
Correct. I have launched a makeup product, which was something that I didn't expect I would ever do because it seemed intimidating to me for a long time.
Yeah.
But it's funny how it came about. It was in the last lockdown, like last year. Yep. I was like, start of last year, sorry. I was like on the phone with my friend. I was doing my makeup, and I was like, oh, this contour stick is just too thick. Like a lot of you're not going to be able to relate, but a lot of contour sticks are really thick.
You know what? Before you plug everything, just for the guys listening, what's like contour?
Okay, so contour. Contour is, it's a product you use to create the illusion of shadow on your face. So there's highlighting and contouring. So when we put foundation on our face, we remove a lot of the shadow, the natural shadow from the face, which gives you the appearance of like, chiseled jaw, chiseled cheeks, smaller nose, excuse me, things like that. So we add contour back to change the shape of our face, to make it look either slimmer, to make it look more defined, areas look more defined. So for instance, I put contour on my cheeks and my nose makes my cheeks look slimmer and it makes my nose look slimmer. Okay. It's an illusion.
So it's like did you say shadows?
Yeah, so adding shadows.
Creating those shadows. Yeah. Okay, yeah. I kind of get it. I mean, I'll never use it, but for females in general, I think they use it all the time, right?
Yeah. Well, not all females, but women that want to have that glam, like, snatched look, right? Yeah. And you can do it, like, you can make it look more natural, like, just, and you can also use contour to add color back to your face. So when we put foundation on our face, what we're doing is we're removing a lot of the natural color in our face. So imagine I put foundation on your face. You see how you have, like, flushed cheeks?
I'm imagining.
Yeah. I'm glad you're imagining. You have flushed cheeks. You've got sun-kissed areas where the sun's seen your face. When we put foundation on, we're removing that. We want to add it back so we look human still. So we do that by using a contour stick. Now,
that makes so much sense. Yeah. Right now, like I just understood so much about makeup.
Oh, Oh,
Yeah.
yay.
No,
Did you really?
I never understood the difference between foundation and contour.
Foundation,
Well,
we're
I
going to
don't-
cover all the imperfections.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. Oh, that makes so much sense. I just
yeah.
learned something.
So any pigmentation on the skin, any pimples or redness or dryness, you're just going to cover it with the foundation. You're going to get a blank canvas, essentially.
Yeah.
But then we've got to add back to it because now we look like a flat
Yeah, I get it.
piece of paper.
Yeah, yeah.
So we want to add shape back. So we use a contour stick. You can use powder contour, which is like, if you've heard of like bronzer, like a similar kind of consistency. Or you can use a contour stick with cream. So that's what my product is. It's a cream contour.
Okay. So what's it called, your product?
It's called the Super Cream Contour Stick.
Okay.
Okay, so this is the contour stick. It's a double-ended stick, right? So one shade is a warm tone and one's a cool tone.
Oh, so there's two.
Yeah, it's two shades.
Oh, cool.
You probably can't tell the difference between them, but they are different.
I believe you.
And it's just like really good for like drawing. Like you draw on your face and you blend it out with like a sponge or a brush.
Talk in the mic. Please.
But sorry.
No, it's all good. I've told you a
I'm
few
not
times.
used to it.
Yeah, no, you're good. You're good.
Yeah, so so I've got two shade ranges. So this is the darker shade and that's a lighter shade.
Okay.
But I want to give it to you to give to your sister.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you can have it.
Well, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
So
I will get great use out of this.
Yeah. Well,
Nah,
please
I'll-
try it on yourself, and then if you don't like it, give it to your sister. Yeah,
Alright, we'll give it a go.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll put it on my story as well. We'll see how it turns out.
that would be hilarious.
Nah, no chance.
Imagine.
No chance.
Yeah, so I started that last year. I started working on that, so I came up with the idea and then the products because I didn't really like anything that was on the market. And then I've got a website. It's glamgirlbeauty.com.au, and that's where you can
Maybe we'll
purchase.
link that in the description for Amy.
That would be amazing.
I
Thank
think
you.
that's the least we can do.
Yeah.
So yeah, thanks so much for that. Really appreciate it. I'm sure I'll let Yvette know, my sister.
Yes, and
You know what? Maybe she can do a video or something. I'll let her know.
Oh,
we'll
I
talk
would love
after
that.
this. Yeah, we'll talk
She's
after this.
gorgeous, so yeah, that would be awesome.
Yeah.
And there's a discount code. If you use the code GLAM10, you get a discount
Oh, really? For anyone?
for anyone.
Oh, okay, guys. Glam10. There you go. Use that. Few plugs.
There we go. I've
good.
plugged a bit this podcast.
No, it's all right. That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
No, look, honestly, it looks really good. Overall, I mean, I can't really comment on it because I don't use makeup, but I'm sure it's great. And yeah, girls watching, give it a
Do you
crack.
like the packaging?
I think that the first thing I noticed is like it looks like something you get from the store.
Oh, good.
So
Okay.
that's
a
what
good-
matters
I
to
love that
me.
feedback.
That's what matters to me. It looks professional. I reckon the girls need to give me some feedback on it. Give it a try, girls, please.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Oh, thank you.
no worries. So have you been out much in Sydney? Obviously, like I'm sure you have. It's pretty.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
have.
So what's your go-to place these days to go out? Because I feel like Sydney's gone downhill a little bit.
Yeah. Look, back in the day when I was young, because I'm 30. I'm 30
Yeah.
years old.
Guys, she told me that earlier. I'm shocked. She
Yeah.
does not look 30.
When I was younger,
You look very young.
Ivy was the spot, right? Ivy
Ivy,
was the
Saturday
spot.
night or?
It's when I was 21. Ivy,
Yeah.
Saturday night Ivy.
Even when I was going out, or not, 18, 19, 20.
Yeah,
Now
but I'm telling you, they had the best DJ. Oh, it was so good. And then Marquee was for a bit. And yeah, now I don't know. I
Marquee,
don't go
jet ski.
clubbing now. I go to dinners.
yeah, I prefer that too myself.
Yeah, I just go to dinners with my girlfriends.
So is that your go-to like Saturday night? Would you say?
Nah, not every Saturday. Like maybe every second or third.
Yeah. Do you drink at dinner or no?
Yeah, I love wine. I'm a wine drinker.
Okay. So that's a very mature drink.
Like I said, I'm 30. I'm like at that point. I'm a 30-year-old
So-
wine drinking woman. Yeah.
So do you have a specific wine you like?
Yeah,
or
I love Pinot Gris.
no? Okay. I don't know much about wines. Maybe is it
I
time?
like a dry white.
Am I ready for wines at 24 or not yet?
You might not appreciate it enough, but give it a try. No, I'm
People do drink wines, but I haven't gotten
Yeah.
into it personally.
Well, you might like a Moscato to start. Do you like sweet?
Nah, I've tried that. That's like lolly drink.
Yeah, lolly drink.
Nah, I
Do,
can.
what do you like to drink?
Me, I just have all the standard stuff. I drink beers
Vodka,
a lot.
lime,
I
soda.
have beers a lot now.
Oh,
but-
that's good.
But I'm not like a heavy drinker. Like I'm a casual drinker.
Yeah, me too.
But yeah, then I have like whatever vodka mixes.
Yeah. As I say,
Spirits.
nah, all I want is wine. I don't want vodka. I don't want tequila. I don't want.
Yeah, nah. Now it's just dinner with like a few beers. That's pretty much. what I
Beer's
do.
good. I like
Yeah.
beer.
Well, it depends. Yeah, I actually get beers everywhere now.
I don't really drink. I'll drink beer with like my dad.
Yeah, that's cute in a way.
Yeah, my dad's like my background's Australian, right? My dad's Aussie, my mum's Aussie, so my dad's always drinking beer. Like,
I think it's the Australian culture to have beer.
Yeah.
It'd be rude not to have beer in your house.
So rude.
You can't not. You can't not.
Yeah, but no, I don't really go out like clubbing. I feel like where do you go? Like, I wouldn't even know where to go.
That's why I was asking you. I was curious to see like where a girl like yourself will be found. You know what I mean? You don't see some stunners out there. You don't.
Oh, you're so funny. Where do I like to go? I don't know. Like Barangaroo. I went to that. What's that new place called? The Mexican Vibes, Allegro or something.
Yeah, everyone's been going there.
I went there. I really liked that.
What's
that
it like
nice.
there?
It was nice. The food was delicious.
Is it Mexican, that place?
It's like Mexican inspired, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, sure. Is it for girls or is it like
guys?
anyone?
No,
a lot of girls have been going there.
It's good for social media posts. Like
Oh, is it? I haven't
the
seen it.
interior is great for like a good selfie. Like, yeah.
Okay.
So if you want to get a good shot, then go there. They've got like swings hanging from the ceiling.
Where's that at?
In Barangaroo.
Barangaroo. Okay. Whereabouts? There's everything there.
It's kind of near. I think it's near like Smoke Bar.
Oh, really? Around there?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. I haven't seen it.
Sort of near there. Yeah.
Everything's around there.
I know.
Like literally everything.
Yeah.
Like if you just want to go out these days, just go Barangaroo.
Yeah.
For dinner.
To be honest, I just go to dinner and then I want to be in bed early because I want to get up and go for a run.
Yeah, how good's that though? That's like me on Saturday night. Like if I'm in bed after 12, it's way too late. Like
I'm exactly the same.
Yeah.
Like 12, I'm like, oh my God, look at the time. Yeah.
Yeah. It's
So
sad,
I'm probably the worst person to ask about going out.
Oh, just curious. Just wanted to know.
Yeah. I can't think of where else I would recommend. I'm not fussy as to where I go. I just enjoy the company. So I just want to hang with my girlfriends. So wherever we go, it's going to be a nice time because I love their company.
Yeah, it's about who you're hanging with, right?
That's it. Yeah.
And do your friends like motivate you as well, or is it just like you're just so self-driven? Like
No, I'm very motivated by my friendship group. It's so funny. My 3 best friends are makeup artists as well.
Oh, really? How'd that like come to be?
Well, you know what? I was networking when I first started doing social media. It was just through like DMing each other and networking, right? So that's how, and then now we're all best friends. So,
So you kind of like linked up a few times.
We linked up for like collaborations and stuff,
yeah.
and then we ended up becoming really close.
We have similar interests, so like it's bound to happen.
Yeah, but they're all very business driven as well, so we bounce off each other. It's good, yeah.
And how do you manage your time as well? Because like we spoke about all your many businesses and things that you do and fitness and everything. So I know we kind of touched on it, but like, how do you manage your time overall?
It took me a long time to get good at time management. One book that helped me with that was the book called The One Thing.
Okay.
It's good. It's about time management.
Yeah.
About focusing on one thing at a time. But basically Monday to Friday, I'll do like my website graphic design stuff. And I have to have a strict rule that I don't take any makeup bookings because you get makeup bookings like for
so you have a set rule that you can't do makeup throughout the week.
Yeah, it took me a long time to stick to that rule because it's very tempting to be like, I'll just go do a makeup job quickly.
Yeah.
But if I do that, I've thrown my whole day out. I didn't get my website design done in time and it's not good. So that, and then weekends, Saturdays, I'll take makeup bookings, and then Sundays, I'll normally leave free for me to do any kind of like family stuff, friend stuff, or do my own self-care stuff.
Yeah.
But if there's a bridal booking, I might take that. Like, because bridal's like...
What day was this? Sorry, I lost you.
Sunday.
Oh, Sunday. Okay, yeah. Such a busy schedule.
Yeah, I know. But your schedule's busy too.
It is,
yeah. So I try and do that. And then with my new product, I'll leave that for the end of the day. Like, after I finish my graphic design, I'll do my orders at the end of the day. Like, I'll get them ready for the next day to deliver.
Monday to Friday or just on Sundays?
Monday to Friday. Because I get orders daily for that.
Yeah, so this is like throughout the week thing as well.
Yeah. But that's just packing orders and and doing the social media and the keeping up with the website and stuff.
Yeah, I guess you can find a rhythm when you do that.
Yeah,
like once you
I'll allow like a bit of time a day for that. But I start my days early so I don't lose time. So like I'll start work at like
start doing that. I feel like it makes a big difference.
Yeah.
Because I'd be up till like midnight doing things just because like I don't really start anything for myself after work hours.
Yeah, what time do you finish work?
Like probably around 6, 5:30,
Oh, yeah,
6.
see? Yeah.
And then if I'm to go to the gym as well, which I do, and work on like whatever I want to work on, you're looking at like, it's midnight.
Yeah, 100%. So I work till about like 6:37. Like I'll work like all day like with graphics.
On graphics, yeah.
And then I'll like spend some time at the end of the day like looking at like social media for like that product and then my social media and posting and stuff like that.
Actually, I forgot to ask this. how do you make time to like create your content? Because that takes time in itself. Like Instagram posts, reels.
Yeah, it's so time consuming.
So how do you make time for that? Because for me, I don't know how long your stuff takes. My stuff takes, you know, even if it's half an hour for one decent video, like a short clip or something, like that's half an hour. You got to pull from somewhere, right?
Yeah.
So how do you make time for that? Or is it just on weekends?
I normally will do it at night after the gym or something. I'll try and do that, or
so
the
that's
weekend.
Like in bed or something, like a last minute.
So
thing?
for reels, if I'm doing a makeup tutorial reel, I need to do that during the day because you want the sunlight.
Okay.
So I have to I might do it on my lunch. Like I give myself a lunch break.
Yeah.
When I'm doing graphic design. Yeah. I try and work at like a real office, like in my own head. I work from home.
Yeah, yeah.
But like I'd be like, okay, 12, I have a lunch break. So maybe I'll do something then. You know what I mean? Like
so you just squeeze it in, but you kind of have to plan it, right?
Yeah, try and plan it. Yeah, I haven't done a reel in a little bit, but yeah.
Do you plan your content or no?
Yeah, like you know when you get an idea, like I'll plan it out. Like you see like another person's reel and you're like, oh, I could do something similar but like this, and then like you plan it out. And then like I'll do social media, I'll do fashion blogging post type stuff as well. And that I normally leave for when I'm like, I know I'm going to be with my girlfriends and I'll get them to take a photo. So like on the weekend.
Okay.
So I'll post like an outfit or something.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. I don't know much about that either.
Yeah.
Also just the outfits.
Yeah, because sometimes like brands send me clothes and then I'll like have to do a post.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's like a weekend thing.
Yeah.
Because it takes more time than you think.
I know, it takes so long.
Yeah.
The real editing takes long. Like to do a makeup video, you sit there.
I can't imagine how long that takes.
Well, you film your whole makeup look and then you got to sit back and cut it up.
Yeah.
So your makeup might take 40 minutes.
And then find the parts that like where changes happen maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
No.
Where changes happen, that's a funny way to look at it. The next steps, each step.
Oh, maybe steps. Yeah. I don't know. Changes. Like, you know when like something changes and it's like, oh, okay.
That's funny. Yeah, so that's how I do that. But I'm telling you, I've been quite poor with time management my whole entire life. I have to really...
Really?
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like that.
It's been a long process to try and get it like reeled in. It's just the morning. The morning is the start of the day is so important. If you set yourself up well for the day, then the rest of the day should fall into place somewhat. I feel that's my feeling.
I feel like they don't teach you stuff at school though.
No.
Because like you learn all this stuff after, and like that's why I think people get value from this, especially young girls who look up to you and they're gonna be like, wow, you've done so much by 30. You know, you might not think it's a lot, but people younger are like, wow, that's so impressive.
Oh,
and the skills.
I feel like I don't, but yeah, thank you.
Nah, you've done a lot. Trust me.
Thanks.
Some people that don't do anything by 30 are like, I'm not putting anyone down at all. It's just, you know, give yourself credit.
I think I'm lucky. I knew what I wanted to do from a young age. You know how some people, they don't know what they want to do for a while?
Yeah, I get that. It happens.
So I didn't waste much time because I knew what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
I think that I'm lucky in that sense. Like,
and you went for it, I guess.
Yeah.
You kind of did. You didn't chop and change a lot either.
No.
Did you change careers at all?
No,
not really.
I've always done the same thing. Yeah.
Yeah, that's really good.
Yeah, I had when I was a teenager. I had a whole bunch of different jobs, like weird jobs.
Yeah.
Like I was a lifeguard at one point.
So was I.
Really?
Yeah, I was a lifeguard for about a year or so.
Yeah, so was I. Yeah, and I.
Where'd you? Do you want to say where you worked or not?
Yeah, so I trained at a pool near where my parents' house are.
Okay.
And then I went to America and I was a lifeguard in America for like 6 months.
So you were like a proper lifeguard. What, Miami Beach?
When I was 18. So I did a gap year when I was 18 and I went to, no, not Miami Beach.
Miami Beach.
I went to California.
Oh, even better. What do you mean?
Yeah, at a pool.
Oh, not a beach. Okay.
At a pool.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. A beach lifeguard is a lot harder.
Yeah, I know. I wouldn't be able to do it.
I was just sitting on those, those beach towers, pool towers.
Oh, you got to see it.
I sat on a pool tower and had to watch if the kids were drowning, and you'd be surprised. The kids in America can't swim. Like
really?
a lot of them.
They're not like Aussies. Aussies can swim.
Oh, I had to save 2 kids from drowning.
Really?
Yeah, they jump in the pool and they sink like a rock.
So how'd you get them out?
I had to dive in and hold them up.
Two at once or one at a time?
No, it was 2 separate times.
Oh,
yeah.
I thought it was 2 kids at once. You were like Superwoman. Like literally.
Yeah, I'm like, ugh. No, yeah, so that was a weird job I had. Yeah, I've had some weird jobs.
Yeah. So lifeguarding.
And where were you lifeguarding?
Homebush Aquatic
Oh,
Centre.
okay, yeah. So you're a good swimmer.
Yeah, I used to be a bit of a swimmer back in my time.
Yeah.
Like
I
a
used to
competitive swimmer.
Yeah, me too.
But I stopped when I was like, I don't know, 13 or something.
Oh,
But I was always good. Like,
yeah.
I reckon
Can
now,
you still swim?
Yeah, I reckon now I could hit a PB if I went. Because I've gotten stronger. Like the gym helps a lot.
Ah, but you know what the tough thing about swimming is the cardiovascular fitness and the breathing.
I was a sprinter.
Ah.
I'll just do 50 meters flat. Like obviously I'll do my squads and stuff where I'd go going long distance. Back then I was much more fit.
Wow. What was how fast were you?
Oh, what was my best time? 50-meter freestyle. What was I doing? 28 seconds?
Oh, wow. That's good.
20, just maybe 27 point something.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I was like quick. I was quick enough. Like,
I don't even remember what I did, but I used to do squad as well.
yeah.
I used to do squad, yeah, until I was like 16.
I hated it by the end.
So did I. I hated it so much. What is it about swimming that you end
What's
up
with
hating
swimming?
it?
Can someone tell me? Like, it's the Aussie culture. You know what it is?
They make it, there's so much pressure.
They force you to swim because we have so much water around us
Yeah.
that we end up hating it because we're forced into it.
My mum made me do it. And I used to cry before
Same.
it. When I was
Me
like 16,
too.
I'd be like, Mum, I don't want to go.
We were tortured.
Yeah.
You don't understand. Like, my mum's going to be like, I was literally tortured to go. Like, it was all for the greater good. I got to admit that. But I hated it by the end.
Was your coach tough? Mine was.
Yeah, I had this big, strict guy.
Yeah, I had this crazy guy and he used to like really bully everyone. And I was like...
Bully? Like, actually bully?
Not really bully, but like he'd stir you up.
You know what the funny thing is? My first job out of school was I was a swimming teacher.
Oh.
So I kind of came back.
Did you do the little kids?
Yeah.
That's what I did too.
Did you do that?
Yeah, before I did the lifeguard thing.
Yeah, we've done the same kind of path then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that like you get to have like little 3-year-olds and they're like
Oh,
they're blowing bubbles. Did you do
I was
that?
a bit too. I wasn't that sensitive. I was more like from I think 5-year-olds to like 13-year-olds.
Oh, okay. That would have been a bit easier.
And then I got into like mini squads and stuff.
Oh, that's
to
cool.
get back at the kids, like
Yeah.
the coach used to do to me.
You were probably the big mean coach.
I was, yeah, but no, I was friendly. I was good. I wasn't as mean as that guy.
You're very nice. I'm sure you were nice
Yeah.
to the kids.
Thank you.
Oh, that's funny that we both did that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had the same childhood, I guess.
Yeah.
We're going to end with a bit of a segment. It's like the first time I've actually done a segment. I don't know how you're going to respond to it. It's going to be a challenge.
I'm scared.
The segment is rapid questions.
Uh-oh.
So I'm pretty much going to say like this or this, and you have to answer in one sentence. Get
Just
it?
do an example first.
Oh, I don't want to ruin them.
Oh.
Like I'll say like summer. This isn't one. Like summer or winter, and you have to say summer because one sentence. You
Okay.
can't say 2 sentences.
All right.
All right. First one. Kylie Jenner or Michelle Obama?
Oh, fuck. That's hard. Did I just swear? Sorry.
You have to answer. No, you can swear.
Michelle Obama, because she's like inspirational.
Okay, that's your choice. Gym or Netflix?
Gym, because it's fun and good for your health.
Skin fades or mullets on guys?
I don't even know what a skin fade is.
Like my haircut.
Oh, skin fades for sure.
You know what a mullet is?
Yeah, skin
Okay.
fades, definitely.
What, no mullet?
No,
How come?
I just don't like that. I think it's not... I don't know, it's
All right.
it's gross.
It's gross. She said it, not me. Friends or How I Met Your Mother?
Friends, because it's so much funnier. How I Met Your Mother, I feel like they explain themselves too much, you know? Like Friends is just like...
Okay, we'll leave it there.
They go into too much detail, yeah.
I don't know if you'll know this one. Gryffindor or Slytherin?
Gryffindor, because I love Harry.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
I like that answer. Sweets or savoury?
100% sweets. I'm a chocoholic.
Ooh, okay. I'm savoury. But it's about you, not me. I don't think that's it for the Rapids. All right, you did well. You did very well. You did very well.
That was a good segment. I love that.
Yeah, it was just a little fun thing I might throw in.
I was expecting like bad questions, like awkward ones that are like going to put me under the...
I mean, I could have put more thought into it, I guess. I mean,
No, like ones that make me feel awkward. But that's good. They were good.
They were good?
Yeah.
They were fun. All right, so just to wrap up, I just want what are your long-term goals?
Okay.
And what's your final piece of advice for someone that's trying to find their feet at a young age, in their early 20s?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Long-term goals for me, I would love to open a design studio.
Yeah.
That's something that I've been trying to work towards. I also would like to come up with more products for my
Yeah, that'd be really good.
my makeup brand
I
that I've
hope
started.
I really hope this blows up. Guys,
Thank
please don't
you.
forget the discount code. What was it?
Glam10.
GLAM10, please.
Thank you.
Yeah.
They're my long-term goals, so working on those. I'd love to have like some people working for me in a design studio, and I'm directing the studio.
Yeah, that'd be really good.
Yeah, so that's my goals. And advice for young people or young women, or both. Men and
You know
women.
what? Let's make it women. Don't worry about the men. Let's go. Let's go.
I think the biggest bit of advice I could give is to invest in yourself with time and energy and money and effort. Really like spend time working out who you are and don't ignore, don't use just outside distractions to fill your time.
Okay. Yeah.
Try your very best to sit with yourself alone and work out who you are and what you want to do, and then navigate your goals from there. If you can, that's something that if I was to go back in time, I'd give myself that advice, like to work out who I am and like what I really want to do, and also try and work out what makes you tick. Why do you do the things you do? And then when you can understand yourself from a deeper level, you then know like what motivates you and where to go. I would also say to work on time management. If you're looking to get into business, time management is the most important thing. Yeah. There's only so many hours in the day and they're so precious. So yeah, definitely time management and work out who you are. And try your very best to be self-aware when you're using outside distractions to like self-medicate, right? Like, you know, if you watch too much Netflix or YouTube, or try and like be aware of that. You don't have to be hard on yourself and feel guilty, but be aware that, okay, I could be spending my time doing this, doing other things, or even just spend my time being alone in myself and alone with my thoughts. That's some advice I would give. Because you can learn a lot from looking within, I feel. Yeah.
That's probably the deepest, the deepest life advice we've got. Because I'll ask every guest at the end a similar question.
Yeah.
And that was probably the best. Sorry, everyone else.
Thank you.
So I love that.
Yeah.
On that note, guys, I hope you got some value today. I'd like to thank you again, Amy, for coming on. Guys, please go follow Amy on all social media platforms. I think Instagram's the best one for now.
Yeah, Glam Girl Amy.
Glam Girl Amy. Am I forgetting anything?
No, that's it.
I don't think so. Yeah. All right. We'll see you next week, guys. Thanks again.
Thanks for having me. It was fun.
My pleasure. My pleasure. See you guys.